Boom, coming in hot, Chinch, on a Friday morning, man. What's going on?
Friday morning. Big Friday weekend coming up. Hey, I'm going to play Jess's uncle, the parish where his kid goes to school. They always have these events. We're going to adult bingo night tonight.
Oh, bro, that's going to be great.
You think? It should be fun, right?
Oh, dude, couple pops, and they're like B45, and you're like, bingo! Can you win big money there, dude?
I hope so. The last time we went to one of these events was when they had a raffle, and I sent you that picture. So, no, I won a Ken Griffey Jr. Don Ross rookie card.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's legit, dude.
Yeah, no,
that's
this place is pretty. It was pretty legit.
Is this bingo sponsored by DraftKings?
No. It'd be funny if it was. By the way, dude, I've been working with these betting guys. Like, there's a whole betting. I was talking to this one guy the other day. He was explaining. First of all, if you are an amateur, do not go head to head on like DraftKings or anything like that, because these guys are ridiculous. First of all, this guy's name is I'm forgetting his name. Anyway, but I'll tell you this: he's won multiple six-figure events in like DraftKings and stuff, and he's 24 years old. But like he was explaining how he's like, I look at the betting lines and they look at the prop bets and whatever, and he goes, let's just say Cincinnati. There's 40 to 17 odds that Burrows is going to complete a pass over 37 yards. So he goes, but I go into my data, and he basically went in every pass Joe Burrow's ever thrown and how far he has thrown it, and then takes the odds of if he will ever do that again. And so, like, in the last 2 years, Burrow's biggest completion before this one game was like 34 yards. I'm using Burrow's as an example, but so that's how this guy wins fucking prop bets.
Oh my God!
It's unbelievable.
So he's like basically creating his own algorithm.
They all do it. Yes, they have their own. They're the stuff that I asked this one coach. I'm like, who was talking to him too, and I go, couldn't he work for a team? He's like, absolutely. Like these betting guys could be like executives at team level. Anyway, I don't know why that story popped into my head. Oh, because of the bingo.
Dude, it's incredible. You know, well, that was another thing I was thinking about now that we're talking about this. Well, they say 1 out of every 5 people in the U.S. is betting now.
Yeah.
Something. The number's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Hopefully that's not the downfall of our country.
Right. Yeah, I know. That's crazy.
Just a bunch of degenerates.
Yes.
But no, the second thing was I had a buddy of mine that is starting that's involved big time in the betting industry. And I got on a call one day because I was looking to see, should I invest in this company? Should I not? And the guy that runs one of the guys that runs he says he was running the books for years in Vegas, years. And he was like, that was when humans were putting together the odds, what I mean? Putting together everything like that. And they said, and you know how legit that is, how when you may place a bet or you check the line, you're like, dude, they're right on. It's incredible. They're right on. They're just off or whatever. Yeah. So the guy was telling me, the guy that used to run the books, he's still obviously involved in the business. And he said, Case, he's like, now AI runs the books. And he's like, if you gamble long enough, your odds of losing are 100%. He's like,
it's terrible.
He said, that's how legit this AI is. He's like, you will lose.
Oh my God.
100% at some point.
Oh my God.
Isn't that incredible?
It is incredible.
So a guy that ran the books now sees it with the numbers running the books. He's like, it's incredible.
Oh my God. That's
crazy.
It's
super geniuses.
Yeah.
It's credible.
It is. Well, I have one more betting thing.
That's why I was like, I'm not gambling.
Yeah.
I just can't.
No, the rule is if you don't bet, you can't lose.
You can't lose. It bothers you to think like you make this hard-earned money, then you gave it to some AI, app because I didn't know that the Broncos were going to score 12 points or 9 points last night.
It's absolutely terrible. Hey, one more gambling thing. This happened a few years ago. I remember because where I was working with them. So remember, there's FanDuel and there's DraftKings. Well, like the high-end people working at each place were making ghost accounts in the other place because they're not allowed to gamble on their own site, but they were all using their own algorithms. And so the FanDuel guys were like crushing money out of DraftKings, and the DraftKings guys were crushing money out of FanDuel. And they had to like create a law where it's like insider trading. They were like not allowed to gamble at all. It's crazy.
Oh, really? So, well, maybe it sounds like it was an even money wash.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, all right, let's move on to the old baseball. 2 of your boys are meeting in the playoffs. That's pretty funky.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I always go back. You think back to relationships you've had or teams you've been with, and whenever I watch the Rays and the Guardians play, the relationship between Kevin Cash and Terry Francona is like they're such good buddies. But it was funny because you don't usually see that. You do sometimes, but that usually the managers will, they're good with everybody, and they don't necessarily favorite one guy. But that was always different because Cash was the backup catcher, and he was just, you could tell, you knew Cash was going to be a manager one day. And Tito and Cash's relationship, even when I was playing with the Sox in '08, was such a fun one. Yeah. And then Cash ended up becoming, on Tito's staff there in Cleveland for years before he went to the Rays and became a manager. So just a cool, I'm excited to see how that series plays out because, they're always playing jokes on each other's and pranks. And remember a couple of years ago, I think Cash brought Tito's scooter out for batting practice. And guys were hitting rockets off it, I think. So man, it's cool. That's why I love the postseason because it's amped up a little bit. But to see those relationships is freaking great.
Not just relationships, just storylines. I love the way storylines build in a postseason. So that's like mentor mentee, and then we got one thing already, a Buck Showalter impact on the playoffs before it even starts. I'm so excited to see him manage. So. Yeah. Joel Sherman popped this out there today in the New York Post that Buck could try to line it up where he doesn't start Jacob deGrom until Game 3 of the series. So the logic is it's 3-game series, right? You start Scherzer 1, then you start was it Bassett 2?
Bassett 2, yeah.
If what do you got there?
Oh, that was just my alarm going off.
Oh, nice.
For whatever reason. So you 821, the 821 alarm.
There you go. Well, so here's how it works. You start Scherzer 1. If he loses, you start deGrom 2. If he wins, you start Bassett 2, and hope that you're done. Because if you're done, you didn't have to start deGrom, and deGrom lines up for the next series 1 and 5, Scherzer 2 and 6. What's your take on that?
I love it.
Yeah.
And whatever Buck Showalter does, I love.
I know, me too.
I think it makes total sense. And, you could always do the adage, well, you got to win this series first. Yeah, he's going to try and win this series first. He has the luxury of having Max Scherzer and deGrom in his rotation. Right. Not everyone has that luxury. And at the end of the day, what is it, 13 wins, if you're coming out, playing that first round. 13 wins the whole thing. So you got to find a way to navigate 13 wins.
Right.
If you want to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. So what he's saying is if we lose Game 1, deGrom's definitely Game 2. So we can get it back to 1-1. Then we roll Bassett Game 3. But I love it. If Scherzer comes out and shoves Game 1, Bassett's still a really good option. He's had a really nice year. So he lines up for 2. If you win 2 in a row, which is tough to do in the big leagues anyhow, then you move on. You got deGrom Game 1, but if you don't, you got deGrom Game 3. It's a win-win situation. So I love it. And you know what? With Buck, he's thinking everything through. He's 10 steps ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, there's some great managers. Been in the
game like 95 years.
Yeah, I know. There's some great managers. There's great managers in this postseason.
Oh yeah. Great managers.
I just had a crazy thought. This will never happen, and the players' union would never do. But imagine if they just did this first thing in one day. So. Like your elimination games get played so you could potentially play a triple header, and the fans just sit there for 3 games. You know what I'm saying? So you start your first game at like 1 Eastern, you win. Yeah. If you lose the second game, now we got to play the tiebreaker like at 8. So you play at 1, 4, and 8, 1 series.
Dude.
I know it's stupid. It would be incredible. Just think about how amazing that would be.
The pitchers couldn't do it. But it would be amazing, dude. It would be, for whatever reason. Remember that movie Running Man?
Yeah.
That popped into my head.
Dude, it's one of the greatest movies ever.
Oh, my God.
Loved it.
Sub-Zero is now Blade Zero.
Jesse Ventura's one of his greatest roles. That was
Dynamo, the fat guy, comes out in the Christmas tree.
Yes.
Comes out with the chainsaw. Jim Brown's running around. Freaking, it's incredible.
Amazing. All right, what was your point about that movie?
My point was that it'd be like the Running Man, like freaking. Remember when Schwarzenegger had to take all his guys one after another? He kills Dynamo, then here comes freaking some fire guy. Jim Brown's like, holy crap! I was thinking that could be the Major League Baseball playoffs. Set it up like the Running Man. Set it up like the Running Man. Bo Bichette comes sliding down on a slide. Freaking Steve Harvey from Family Feud's like, let's get it. You know what I mean? Remember the Family Feud guy? Was the guy
Richard Dawson, the guy used to kiss all the ladies.
Richard Dawson, he was like, let's go.
Oh,
and he was like, dude, he used to kiss all the ladies on the lips. He was like a little shady. He was shady in Family Feud. He was shady in The Running Man.
He was.
Yeah, I'm like, this is it. So that's what we do. You go, Vladimir Guerrero, you're up next. Bam, he goes flying down the slide.
That's my favorite part about the show. We come up with like 3 topics, but we always talk about something completely different. All right, that's good anyway.
Oh my
all
God,
right.
so great.
All right, here's one thing. This is
really quick. What was your favorite Schwarzenegger movie? That's worth a question.
Golly gee. All right, I'm going to name a few right now that are already at the top of the list, and I have to argue. Like Running Man is up there, Predator is up there.
Oh yeah, Predator.
Commando is up there.
Dude, Commando. Remember when he says, "I thought you said you'd kill me last."
Oh my God, I lied. No, the other thing is when he drops Sonny, that little scumbag guy, off the cliff, and he comes back and the girl goes, "Where's Sonny?" And he goes, "I had to let him go." And then there's the other one in I think it's also in Commando. Towards the end when he's fighting his like rival guy, and he puts the pipe through him, and he goes, "Let off some steam."
Dude,
he was the greatest.
His one-liners were so. Dude, what about True Lies?
True Lies is amazing too. That's like
Great
an epic,
movie, dude.
really long, but really amazing. That's tough, man.
Obviously, all the Terminators. We're not even going to go there because those are.
Dude, even Jingle All the Way was good. That was a great movie. Like,
Twins, wasn't he in Twins?
Oh, Twins.
Twins with
another
Danny
amazing
DeVito?
movie. Yes, that's like you and me. We're like the Danny. I'm like the Danny DeVito, and you're like the Schwarzenegger of our team.
We should start. Yeah, dude. We should do Twins too. You and me just walking around New York.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh man, that's a good question. Anyway, all right. Well, let's move on. Let's go dark. Let's go dark low. Russell Wilson, man. Where is it? Dude.
Bro, he's, it's the talk about sometimes you go to a new club and you just can't figure it out. It looks like Russell Wilson is grinding right now. They booed him last night when he threw that second pick in Denver because, man, he's just been scuffling. But I almost feel like the baseball playoffs started last night on Thursday Night Football. 12-9, no touchdowns, just poop soup.
The internet exploded. Like everybody's like,
"Oh, did it?"
Yeah, they were saying that. Well, it's just like, how can you give us another quarter of this? Like, because it was just like the most inept game ever. Somebody, what's his name? One of the former coaches like tweeted out. He's like, they should both just alternate punting on first down. That's terrible. But man, you feel bad for Wilson, but paid him a lot of money to go over.
He got $200-some million, right?
Yeah, so I guess I don't feel
at the end of the day, your track record speaks for itself. And I think when you're first going to a new team, the only guy that goes to a new team and wins Super Bowls right away is Tom Brady. That's ridiculous.
True.
The guy comes in, but you remember that team? Even that team was like, they were just okay at the beginning. Even Brady kind of like was getting used to the new personnel, the new the new system, all that stuff. So you got to give Russell Wilson some time because he's a stud athlete. He's going to figure it out. He's one of the hardest workers out there. So. But yeah, that game was poop soup.
Oh wait, that reminds me, your boy, you got your rookie starting for Pittsburgh this week. Everybody's all excited about Pickett. However,
Pickett.
Welcome to the freaking league. You're facing the Bills and Von Miller. Like,
oh my gosh,
it's like one of the biggest dog games. Like I think the spread's like 14 or 15, which is like that's like really? Otherworldly. Yeah, it's gonna be a little trouble for your boys this week. Boo's gonna be pissed.
Boo is already scrambling right now. His brain's going bananas. But everyone's been calling for Kenny Pickett, dude. He's been a winner everywhere he's been, high school, college, at Pitt. And, he looks good. He looks good. He looked good last week. 3 picks, but like one was a Hail Mary. 2 balls were right in the receiver's hands. Yeah, so it'll be interesting, man. People are fired up to see him go, and might as well just throw him right into the fire against the Bills' defense.
I agree.
See how that goes.
Nice. All right, wait, real quick, back to baseball. This is this cool thing that Mayo and Callis did on MLB.com. How each team in a playoffs was built for MLB. The one that pops out, so it's like they broke it down between trades, free agents, and draft or international draft. Mm-hmm. How about this? The Tampa Bay Rays have 18 players that they got via trade, 4 that they've gotten via free agent, and 4 that they drafted. So that's what their roster looks like. So most of their what is that, 18, 20? Yeah, most of their playoff roster came from trades. Tampa Bay. You would think they wouldn't make that many trades. I guess they trade your young guys in that town, right?
That's how they do it. They develop guys. They do a great job of drafting and developing. They do a great job of like trading their guys away when they're not, when the value is the highest. But the biggest thing is a lot of people do that. But the Rays find a way to get back. Their scouting department and their analytics department has to be at a different level because they get guys that weren't great on other teams. And they come to the Rays and all of a sudden become really good.
Yeah,
it's incredible. Yeah, so like. They don't miss a lot. If you're a team like the Rays with the payroll they have, you can't miss. You can't miss as you draft, player develop. You can't miss on trades.
Right.
And they seem to get rid of guys, at the perfect time. They just move them like, oh, why'd they move that guy? Because they know what they're doing. Because they have analyzed it every which way. They've flipped it. They've looked under every single rock that's out there, and it's incredible when you go up and down. That roster, especially the pitching, man, like they have these animals that come out of the bullpen. I know. It's amazing.
They really are like a franchise, like a legit franchise now. All right. So 2 teams have, between homegrown draft and international draft, have 14 guys on their roster right now. So that's the most homegrown players in the playoffs. They're both
Indians? The Guardians?
Yes, that's one.
Guardians
good one.
Yeah, they have to be
good one. All right, the other one, I'll give you a hint. In the AL, and they are like split. 7 of them are homegrown draft picks, and 7 of them are international draft picks.
Mariners.
Nope.
No, okay, hang on. Okay, so then it's got to be Tampa. Is it Toronto?
No, it is...
Wow.
The Astros.
Get out of
14.
Here.
The next most homegrown players on a team are the Braves with 13. Then the Mets and Phillies both have 10.
Wow.
Blue Jays have 9. Let's see. How many free agents? So 3 teams. This is kind of fun. 3 teams have 8 free agents. That's the most on their rosters. It's 1 American League team and 2 National League teams. These are free agent guys. I think there's 1 national team you should be able to think pretty quickly.
3 teams have. So how many free agents?
8.
Oh, the Padres.
Yeah, good one. You did it. Dude, you're good.
Padres are definitely one.
So one other AL, one other NL.
Free agents?
Yeah.
It's got to be the Yankees, right?
You got it. And then there's one more. Did I give you the third one? I'll give you the third one. No. It's the Braves. Braves.
Really?
Yeah. Well, you think they got Olsen, I think a couple pitchers. I think they always get a bunch they always sign free agent relief pitchers, right? Like tons of them. Yeah. The least amount is Cleveland. Only 2 free agents. That goes back to your point about small market city.
Bro, Chris Antonetti, that front office, man, they're the original Moneyball guys. Mark Shapiro left his mark there. Even John Hart, Dan O'Dowd, all those guys back in the day, all the guys that have come from there, Ben Cherington, Neil Huntington, they have a system like the Rays, bro. They are geniuses when it comes to drafting guys and developing guys. They do it right. And when those guys get to the big leagues, they're ready to go. And that's why you see a lot of young players with the Guardians. They are impact guys. Yeah. They're impact guys. Incredible job.
And that's why, by the way, don't forget, a couple of years ago, it's like, how could you get rid of Lindor? That's how those markets work.
Dude, they might have won that trade. They got Jimenez back in that deal. And a couple other nice pieces in the Lindor deal. You might look back in a couple of years and go, I think the Indians got the best of that deal.
That's why, it's a good thing about fans are so in tune these days. I think baseball fans are smarter now than they ever have been, and they understand the business of baseball. You don't like it. You don't want to lose Lindor, but I know Cleveland fans were like, they know what they're doing here. Hopefully we get good people back, and that's good how that works.
Well, I think they got that Rosario in the deal too.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah,
they did. They did.
Because that was
so you got Rosario in the deal, and you also you got your shortstop, And then you also got your middle infield in that deal, Jimenez and Rosario in that deal for Lindor. So
Yeah.
And they're both having really good years.
Yeah, that's like
as is Lindor, but the Indians weren't going to pay Lindor $300 million.
Yeah, exactly. That's like the year you guys got Griffey. Like that built the Mariners into like a juggernaut.
No, dude, yeah. Well, Mike Cameron and all those guys. Huge. Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Let's do one more positive baseball story. We went down to Kent State. Did we last night?
Yeah,
see
went
the
to
boy?
Kent State last night. Yeah, saw Jake last night.
Nice.
Yeah, the first game they played Malone. I don't know where Malone is, but I think it's
University. I've
Division
never
two,
heard.
Division three college. I'm not sure. But anyway, we played a nice game. He had a nice double into the corners, so bases clearing double. I was like, let's go. So that was good. Just good to see him out there, man. It's good to see him enjoying baseball, having fun. It was just when your kids go to college, man. You every time you get to see them outside of it's nice to drive up. So I'm fortunate because Kent State's only it's like an hour and 50 minutes probably. I probably made it an hour 40.
Yeah, but you love driving. You're like a driver
guy.
guy.
Listen,
a country road guy.
Listen to your podcast, and you just get going. So it was good. So yeah, Sarah and I drove up yesterday. It was
That's
nice.
cool. I used to love, especially when you call yourself a veteran, like my junior. I loved fall ball baseball season because you got the freshmen coming in who are all excited, and you but the weather is just good enough still that you're not hot, you're not cold. And it was just, and the pressure isn't really on. You're just kind of looking at what your team was like. I loved the fall season in college.
Yeah,
that was probably my favorite time of year, even better than springtime.
I used to love the fall too. Yeah. Well, even in the springtime, because you were in Columbia, I was at Richmond.
Oh yeah, it was still brisk.
But it's cold. Yeah, it's colder.
Yeah. Oh my God, Hudson River, dude. Hudson River was literally behind my head, and that. It was just constant wind burn on the back of my neck, just fucking standing there. And back then, remember, you used to have to go in and hold light bulbs to get warm because you didn't have any heaters. To get your hands warm, I would just hold onto a light bulb until my fingers burned and then run up to the plate. Fuck. Anyway,
I remember my freshman year, the first series of the year. We were going to play Holy Cross. Holy Cross was coming down from up north. So we're like, okay, it snowed. It never really snows hard in Richmond. So it snows in Richmond. We're like, okay, we got to find a way to get the snow off the field. Bro, I'm not kidding. It was like the good packing snow where you make a snowman.
Yes.
So we were rolling balls up. We had guys on the team pulling their Burr Milk, and this guy had a F-150. We're loading the snow.
Oh my God,
dude. So we do the whole outfield and the infield. Incredible, right?
That's crazy.
So we're getting and the tarp was already down, so we're getting the snow off the tarp, everything, blah blah blah. So we end up playing Holy Cross that weekend, dude. It was unbelievable. This is Thursday. The Holy Cross coming Friday. We grind through it. We don't even practice. We're just getting snow off the field.
Yeah.
So Holy Cross comes down for 3 days. We're like, yeah. The next weekend, Virginia's coming in, right? Somebody like that, Virginia Tech. They come in. We put the tarp on it. It rains on Thursday. They come in Friday. Bro, we had put holes in the tarp with the shovels. And didn't realize it. The tarp was basically Swiss cheese, dude.
Oh, no.
So we pulled the tarp to get ready for the game, and the field was just freaking it looked like the Hudson River, just underwater, dude.
Did your coach want to kill you guys?
Oh my God! Well, he was like, "What the hell is going on here? What the hell's going on here?" I'm like, "Coach, I think we were getting the snow off the tarp.
Oh my God.
We were hitting it with the shovels. We had to order an emergency, get a tarp ordered ASAP so we could, It was incredible though. So I'll never forget that.
I got one more quick one too. So we would go. So in the Ivy Leagues, you have two divisions, and the guys in your division you play 4-game series with. So. And you alternate. So 1 year, what do you call it? What's the red team? Jesus, I'm forgetting. There's Harvard. Not Brown.
Cornell.
Sorry, I don't know why it skipped my head. But Cornell's up in the woods.
My man Eric Kirby went to Cornell. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's up in the woods and whatever. And we're going there, and it's Easter weekend, and we have a 4-game series with them. Now, you got to get there Friday night, and then so Saturday morning you wake up for your game. But we get there Friday night, and there was apparently there was this huge the party of the year at Cornell the night before. So fucking they did the Bull Durham thing. A couple of kids on a team pulled the tarp. Oh, by the way, we got there Thursday night because we were going to play Friday, Saturday, so people could get home for Easter. That's how they do it, So Thursday night, the big party. They pulled the tarp and turned the sprinklers on. So Friday morning, we're supposed to play a doubleheader, and the entire field was underwater, so we don't play that day. So we had to play Saturday, and then we were going to have to play Easter Sunday. Guess what? It snowed on Sunday. So we were like literally sitting in like these like little hotel rooms from Thursday night until Monday night of Easter weekend. And like we all like, you're still in school. Everybody forgets in college, like you still like behind in your classes and stuff and whatever.
Yeah, there was no Zoom. There was no Zoom back then.
No,
either.
there was nothing. There was no Zoom. There's no fucking. I didn't have internet. Like, like you couldn't like go. Oh, let me look at my book online. Like the internet just started back then. I traded my Jeep Cherokee $3,200, and I bought an Apple computer for $3,100. That's how much they cost back then.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, that's what I took to college. And then all I did was play video games on it, and I never did well with a computer. But anyway.
Did they ever find the guys that did that?
I don't remember. I think definitely think a couple guys got suspended for that. I definitely think, but that was a rough one. Anyway, all right.
Dude,
well,
I loved. Dude, we got to stay on that topic at some point. And just we'll keep tapping into the college days, like
college
that stuff
days.
is so much fun.
Oh, it's so fun. Yeah, that's a good point. We should have a whole thing talking about our college days.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I got. You have a pro career. My college days are like that was when I was
Dude, my college days were like the funnest days though. I just saw a bunch of guys down in Richmond. A lot of guys came back, and it was just so good. Like you don't realize, you forget because you did so much hard stuff together, working out all that stuff. You develop such a bond with those guys, and we went to the regionals my junior year. Just so many great guys on those teams, man. At Richmond, '92.
That's like one of the few times of your life where you think, man, those were the days. But when you were in them, you're like, man, these are the days. Like I just knew college is like. You're just like, this is just good. This is good. I know it's not gonna get better than this. Like, and then you would always have the adults telling you, like, don't leave, man. Stay in college as long as you
5
can.
5 years, 6 years, dude. Did you guys, real quick before we go? Did you guys at Columbia? Did you take vans or buses?
Well, there was. It depended on the time. So first of all, our field was 100 blocks uptown. So
that's right.
We took vans every day. So we had 2 vans. The captains would have to drive the vans to the field. Otherwise, like different points of the season, like so the field hockey team and us would take a bus up there or Scott timing was a change, and then in the spring the lacrosse team and us would take a bus. But dude, mostly everywhere when we would go on trips, it was a bus. It was a bus. Yeah. What about you? You took vans? We took long trips.
Vans. Yeah, dude, like not
like three together, like in the
dude. And I used to get leg cramps back in the day,
dude,
bro.
And you're
I would
a big
launch
guy.
Guys off the seat. I'm like, they're like, Casey's got a cramp. 2 dudes are on the ground. I'm like, I'm in like the worst pain ever. So yeah, I always think back to those van trips.
Yeah.
Coach Atkins and Coach McQueen driving the vans. I'm like, this is not safe.
Oh my God,
this is not safe.
And you can't really fuck around that much because you're so close to the coaches.
Yeah, exactly.
Back of a bus is more fun. All right,
crazy.
We gotta get rolling. Brother. You're doing radio today.
Yeah. I got a radio interview with WDVE 845, brother. And then I'm in a bowling charity event later today. So
that's cool.
Should be fun, dude. I'm not a big bowler, but we'll see what happens.
Get some strikes, man.
Yeah, I will. I'm dominating.
All right, brother.
All right, Chinch. Love you, brother. Have a great weekend, man. We'll see everybody on Monday. Keep downloading, subscribing, doing all that stuff. I say it every week, but what the hell? Let's keep saying it. All right, man.
Love you, buddy.
Love you, Chinch. See you, buddy. Yep.